Hello everyone, welcome to my new Let's Play series of SimCity 4. I asked in my last episode of my previous one whether I should continue that or not, and I got a lot of comments expressing interest in both continuing this city tile which I've been working on in the last one, and also starting a new city here. And this is going to be what I'm working on in this series, so I'm going to be continuing the other one at the same time. Just make one episode of each, or something like that. I'll continue them both at the same time, and yeah, let me just load this up. This is Pinecastle. I've, as you can see, laid out some streets already, and some zones, and some other transportation things, such as the railway station. This is actually not the first episode, really, because I did make one earlier, but sadly I lost it because of something wrong with my hard drive on the part it was saved on. So I have to restart, and this is kind of what I did last episode, this area, but I'll just keep going from where I left off because I haven't really let any zones develop yet. So as you can see, I've got a pretty extensive street grid in this part of the city. A nice parkway here, railway lines and everything converging on the Shinjuku station. Some canals too. A lot of, I don't know, just lots of street side parking, that sort of thing. In the last episode I did modify this avenue, which splits apart into two avenues, or one-way roads. Now they're 4 lanes each, and they split apart into other roads. So yeah, I've got nice diagonal parking in the center of this boulevard here, and the street grid in this area too, of course, and a tunneled railway line, so I don't have grade crossings next to each intersection. But anyway, let me just continue zoning and developing everything. So for a while, this will, as I've already laid out the preliminary transportation stuff, I'll just be zoning and plopping parks and such things just to fill in the area, and after maybe this episode or later into the episode I will start time and give it power and everything. This is just what I usually do, is lay everything out. Not everything, but the main area, lay that out first, and then start letting everything grow. So along here, I was planning on putting parks along this edge of this road. Of course, there are a lot of parks in the city, which of course is a good thing. That I don't often incorporate into my planning. Oftentimes I end up using a really dense city with parks just as fillers, like you see here, where I couldn't fit anything else really. But I'm trying to, like this, put it into the city when I first build everything. Put a lot of parks in here. So what I'm looking for is this lot, which is a parkway lot. It's supposed to be used as a parkway in the median of a road. I'll be just putting it alongside this road. And I'll need to figure out how to fill in the rest of the space here exactly. So I'll probably put plazas in these 3 tiles. Maybe I'd put, I don't know, a bus stop and a thing from this sidewalk set, because these are just sidewalk filler type lots that are for putting an extra space beside your sidewalk, and you can zone along them and it will be functional to some extent Actually, I just remembered I do have another similar set that I downloaded recently, and I haven't used it at all yet, so I believe it's somewhere down here. So I'm going to try to see what that would look like. It's not here, it must be in the landmarks, I'm not sure exactly. Okay, here it is. Sidewalk wide plaza. And look at that, fits in perfectly. I don't know if I'd use this one though. They do have trees that appear later, of course. They're just not here right now because they're seasonal. Newsstand. Yeah, I don't know. I've got fences blocking my walkways, that's why I didn't want to use that. So I'm going to try to fit something in here. Parking lots. Maybe. This might actually be a good one for here because still a walkway between there. And then I've got another tile to spin to fill it up here. I think this might be good. Yeah, it fits in there too. And that's all there is for that set, I guess. I haven't used them all, of course, but yeah, I think that would be good for this area. So I have a little parking lot and everything for this park. I'm not really sure though. It doesn't really blend in with yeah, like with park. I kind of want to make it look really uniform here, so I might use something simpler. Yeah, as you can see, I changed my mind a lot about this kind of thing. Just the aesthetics of parks and of transportation networks too. I like to make it all just look right and realistic. So I'm not really sure what I'll put here exactly. Maybe some plazas with the pink pavement. That maybe. And there's another one for the middle. Just put one of these actually. I have a lot of different plazas lots from the set I've got that I downloaded from Centropolis. And this will just put a different sculpture each time you plop it. So then I'll keep the same type of tree on this end. And do something similar over here. I'd put one of these. No, wait. This is kind of reverse what I've done here with the squares and the triangles, grass spaces. Because there's this tree lot, or lot with 4 trees on it. And it kind of, I guess, supplements the other kind. Except I can't do it over here because I'm missing. I can't put something in that tile right there. So what I'll do is just fill in with some grassy looking park that would match this. I wouldn't really put in a basketball field type thing, even though that would match well. See, it's right by the main avenue and everything. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Maybe not a playground. Maybe a flower garden. Otherwise, I was kind of just planning to put normal just tree lots along there. But this actually looks pretty good, I think. So I'll keep it like that, even though the textures don't perfectly match at all. I guess I just have to deal with that sometimes. And now there's this median area to fill. It'd be nice if there was some, in real life there'd probably be some wedge-shaped park they would just fill in this area. At least that's what I would do with it, but there's no park that fits exactly with that in SimCity 4, so it would be difficult to make it look like an actual park. So I might just have to fill it in with trees. Yeah. I could put something in the middle here. I know exactly what I'd do actually. This one right here. That would kind of work better than just complete trees area here. I could do something similar with this right here. So I get a grassy park without paved edges and a medium park green. Doesn't match too well. I don't know what else I would use. Don't want a playground right there, I don't think. So I'll just fill the rest with trees then. Leave that as it is. Looks alright. Maybe some more trees to, if I can put some in here, if it will let me. That could make it look more filled up, kind of blend in more with the bad texture difference and everything. Of course, you can't put trees on network tiles like that from putting them there yourself. It looks a little better, I guess. Kind of distracts you from the texture edge there, maybe. Hopefully. So now I've got this big area to fill in. I'd probably put zones here. Any sort of zone development would work. Oops. I'm kind of wondering if I like that right there. Okay, so it wouldn't matter as far as I can put this transition closer to here. I just don't like the way it looks for some reason. This looks a little better to me for some reason. It's not like you need to get over quickly to turn left because it's going the opposite direction. Except if you're doing turning right, but I don't know, whatever. It's fine with me, I think. So I still don't know exactly what I'll put here. I mean, zone development maybe, but what kind of zone exactly? Or maybe it should be parks. That could be good too. So I'll leave that as it is for now, and try to figure out what to do with this. This is similar, of course, to this area. It's an odd shaped with the diagonals and the curves. I think this is actually so far turning out to be a really nice green space around these roads. I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out with these odd shapes and curves and everything, with roads splitting apart and intersecting, because I don't usually end up doing that. But I think I can make this look pretty good. So I would put a large park green here, or something to that effect. Anything 3x3. Actually, I know of another one I think I'll use, which is this. Seasonal trees, which will appear later, except they aren't seasonal because of a mod I have to turn them into normal ones so they match these and everything else. And it's always bothered me that some of the trees are seasonal and the rest are normal. It always seems to happen unless you reallotted everything you had yourself. But I think I'll also put one of these parks here. This is a diagonal park, which you can't see right now. It's also seasonal. The whole park will appear once the season changes, because it's all like affected by it visually. You can see the whole park will change. Of course, it will look like this, something like that. So it'll fill in that space pretty nicely. We'll see how it looks later, though. And I don't know. Why don't I just so I've got a tree here. I just want to see what the sidewalk would look like if I put it there. Just make sure I can fill that all in. And I might want to put development along here too. So I've got to decide now whether this should be commercial or residential. I'm thinking commercial for this main pair of roads, because it's a high traffic area, of course. This makes that look odd, but I think it might look better later on. Yeah, see, only this side has sidewalks. Or complete sidewalk filling. And there are two of these diagonal parks, so I've used A over here, I'll use B here. That would fit in perfectly, once it appears. So that looks pretty good. Actually, I think I'll orient the 4x4 lot to by the street corner. Keep the 3-tile wide one here. Okay. I think what I'll do is leave this space to be parks and put commercial development in the middle here. From here to there. So that works. So there, I've zoned it. And I guess I might as well get to filling this with parks now that I've decided exactly what to do with it. So use this park. Actually, it looks pretty nice. Once the trees appear, it's also a seasonal one. And so a 2x2 or 3x2 park would be good there. But I don't have anything besides the playground that I haven't used yet. I don't know, I don't think it would be a good place for a children's playground right in the middle of the busy area here. So I don't know what I'll do with it. Just have to look around, see what I've got as far as parks. So maybe this is the right size, but it's like an overhanging plaza. It's meant to be put between two roads. I hardly ever use that one. Of course fits, but I've used it right here too, so I don't want two of them. I don't know, there's gotta be something that I haven't used in a long time that I've kind of forgotten about, maybe. Doesn't exactly have to be a park. It could be like a parking garage entrance right here, but that would kind of mess up this curve, so I won't be doing that right there. Unless I put it this way. I don't know. That might work. I don't know if I want that though. So whatever. Now I'll just put a playground there, even if it's kind of maybe unsafe. I mean, it's far away from the road. And fill the rest with parks and trees. Gazebo right there, and trees, tree lots for these two tiles, I guess. There. Now it's all filled in, so that would be good. And I've got to develop this too. So right now I've got residential development along there, and I've got commercial around here. I'm planning on kind of residential along these blocks, along these 4 roads, one-way roads. Yeah, commercial will fill in this block, I think. So just start developing along the canal. Oops. There. I don't really know what to do with this large area. There are a lot of things I could do, make another park thing like this, but no, I've got a lot of that, maybe fill it with trees, but that's not really an urban thing you would find. Parking lots and garages, maybe? I'll figure something out, I guess. I don't need to do that right now. Let's continue zoning. This is kind of based on a rough plan I did of this too earlier. Yeah, I just drew on a sketch on a piece of paper that I would have commercial in the middle and residential blocks to the sides, going off in other directions. I actually did plan to have like one block of a park development, etc., just continuing like that. Got a lot of parks over here. And I do have a 6x6 park I could use for those, so I'm not really sure. I mean, I could maximize the commercial development by just zoning the entire middle area as commercial. And I think that might be what I'll do, actually. I can put the park somewhere else around this area. So, that looks good. And I don't know. This is a big commercial there. I think I'll have a parking lot along here. Or at least a mix of parking lots and green space, maybe. So, my parking lots are way down here. Oops. Forgot to sign out of Steam. Okay. I use the asphalt, the concrete ones. I'll orient it this way, with the T lots, like so. And a straight piece, and a corner piece. What I could do, I could make, aisles like I normally do with this. But I could also kind of fill it with a park area. Maybe that's what I will do. Yeah, I'll just make an aisle over here. Maybe another here. Corners. Not exactly a park so much as almost a little grassy median, like a lot of parking lots have in real life, is to offset the ugliness of it. Put some trees in the middle. Even though these are probably bigger than what you'd normally find, they're just going to be parallel parking along the edges of that. So that's pretty good. But I don't really have very many parking spaces. So like I said, I wanted to put green space and parks. I was kind of thinking of alternating along the edges, or green space and parking lots, but I'll just continue doing that in the median. 3 tiles. And more trees. So, I think I'll end that right there, the parking lot. That is. And make corner right here, and an entrance right here. Yep. And I'll just make a long driveway to the road on the other side. So it's not very much parking for really downtown commercial area with skyscrapers, but I don't know, it fills up that space. It looks pretty nice, I think. So, yeah. That will be filled in the future. And put another park here. Yeah, medium park green. It's far enough away where it wouldn't be repetitive. So I'll just fill that in right now. Well, okay. I've done a lot of development, so-called development zoning, I guess, in streets and parks here. So I think this area is going to turn out pretty nicely, especially once the trees, the seasonal things all appear. So I guess I'll end this video right now, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will watch the next episodes. Thanks.